What I'm bringing you guys today is a quick tutorial video on how to get your DayZ server linked up with CFTools Cloud. And if you don't know what CFTools is, it's essentially a very important and handy tool for server owners. We can automate our restarts, automate our server messages. We can automate triggers that when someone joins the server. We can even automate commands to give players their real-time ping, real-time server information, real-time server time, let you know when the next restart is, a whole 9 yards. So if you don't know what CF Cloud is, it is a third-party website. You do have to pay for it. I think the cheapest plan is like £6 a month, €6 a month. I don't know what that equates to in American dollars. I just pay it. I think it's like $7 or something like that. Totally worth it. You can automate restarts inside like a web browser or like inside the server itself for most server hosts, but I don't recommend it. It doesn't send warning messages. It doesn't do any of that. So I would strongly recommend CFTools. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you guys how you would successfully connect your server to CFTools, and then I'm going to walk you through the steps of installing Game Labs and getting Game Labs installed onto your server, and it's going to be a lot of good stuff. So first things first, say you just bought a server and you're ready to go, or you've already had a server and you want to start doing this. First thing you're going to do is you're going to come to your file manager. You want to go to your BattleEye, and you're going to want to hit your restrict Archon to 0. Save and exit, and then we're just going to start the server. The server has to be started for it to initialize over to CFTools Cloud. But the very important step is you have to have your Archon set to restrict 0. If you restrict it to 1, it's a true or false. 1 being true, 0 meaning false. If you set it to a 1, then it basically does not allow any sort of Archon connection to your server. So you always want it to be a 0. So once the server is running, which it should start up fairly quick, you're going to come over here. When you first buy it, you're not going to see servers here. You're just going to see a plus. So we're just going to go ahead and click the plus. We're going to choose the game that we're running for. So it's going to be DayZ. And we're going to, right here, now you could either type in the name of your server, or you can just type in the server IP. My server is named Gamingwithjc test. We can confirm that right here. So I'm just going to type in Gamingwithjc test. Oops, should probably have a W in there. And here it is. So set up the Archon password and the Archon port. Where you can find this information, again, if you go to your file manager and you come here to BattleEye, you open up your active BattleEye config. You'll see that our password is this right here, and then here's our port. So we're just going to copy this number, or this password. We're going to put it in here, and then our port is 2325. So we just do 2325, and then we hit test connection. If this right here happens, this usually means that the server isn't fully running. So let's come over here and just make sure that the server is actually running. Okay, so the server should be running. As you can see, BattleEye Archon admin has logged in. So let's try this again. So once we add it, as you can see, here it is. Just now, game time, everything is good. This is where you're going to rename it. So we're going to just name this Gamingwithjc test. You can name this whatever you want if you have multiple servers. So if you want this to be like Livonia or Deer Isle or whatever, this is where you would name the server so you know what it is. Now, if you come over here to maps, it says, oh no, we need to install Game Labs. So if you don't do Game Labs, this is all you're going to get. You're going to get a player list when they join. You won't get a map, but you will still be able to come here to manage. And then this is where you would go to your modules. You can turn on your whitelisting, your ping limiter, blah, blah, blah. We go to a triggers. So this is like when someone joins the server, it's going to say, hey, welcome on. So you could say, hey, Thanks for playing on BAM, and then we just save and apply. So now every time we log onto the server, it's going to send us a private message that says, hey, thanks for playing on server name, whatever you have your server named in your config file. If we want a scheduler, this is where we would set up our restarts. So essentially, we're just going to go to add a new job. We're going to click it. We're going to come down to restart server. You'll notice here it says a warning at 60 minutes, 30, 15, 10, 5, 3, 2, and 1. When we select our days, we're going to select every single day of the week. And then let's just say this is going to kick all players 1 minute before the restart to prevent any sort of rollbacks. 2 minutes before the restart, it's going to lock the server. That way nobody can join. And we're going to set our first restart to be at midnight. So we're just going to turn this on and we're going to hit save. And then we're going to add a new job. And we're going to basically do the same thing. So we're going to do a restart server. We're going to select every day of the week. But this time we're going to set this to 0400 hours. So 4 o'clock in the morning. This is if you want every 4-hour restarts. So we're going to turn it on. We're going to hit save, so on and so forth. We would create another one. This would be 0800 for 8 a.m. Restart server. Set all of these so it's every day of the week. Turn it on. Save. And essentially you would do this every 4 hours. So the next one would be 12. Then it would be 16. Then it would be 20. And then you have it every 4 hours. So we want to see our game labs. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our server. And we're going to stop our server. And we're going to go to the Steam Workshop. And we're going to install Game Labs. Now, Game Labs, like I said, is a free add-on, but it's such a very strong plugin. Now, this is ran on a server side. It's not a client mod. And I'm going to show you how you switch this from a server mod to a client mod. It's totally worth it. Because it gives so much extra information. It's incredibly handy as a server owner. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our Steam Workshop where we have our stuff installed at. Oh, look, I need to update some stuff. It's been a while since I've been on this test server. We're going to go to more information. And this is what we need, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our server. And we're going to go to our instance folder or our profile folder, whatever it is. We're going to create a new file. And we're going to name this GameLabs. Oops, if I can spell it correctly. GameLabs.cfg. And we turn it on. Where does it go? I have a lot of logs. It's been a while. The server's just been restarting. Here it is. We're going to open up this file. We're going to come back to here. And then this is what you want inside the JSON. We're going to copy this. Back here, and we're going to paste. And then what we need to do at this point is we can save it real quick. So we're going to go over to our tools. We're going to go to settings, and then we're going to go to our API key. So the server ID, we're going to copy this. And this comes right here. Control V it. We're going to come back to our tools. We're going to grab this API key. Make sure you don't share this with anybody. I'm doing this because I can just re-get a new key. And we're going to paste this. And then we hit save and exit. And that is it. Now, what we need to do is we need to go to our command line manager. And we need to remove this Game Labs right here from a server mod. We don't want a client mod. We don't want this as a client mod. So we're going to cut this from here. And we're going to put this up here as a server mod. And then we're going to hit apply. And we're going to go back and we're going to restart our server. So once our server turns on all the way, you'll notice when we come back to CFTools, it now shows us our uptime. It shows us when our next scheduled restart is going to be. It'll show us where our server FPS is, the entity count. This is showing us how many actual type files and stuff like that are on the map at any given time. So the reason why it tells us that our next restart is at 2400 is because if we come back here to manage and we go to our scheduler, you'll notice it's already past 8 a.m. So on my time. So the next scheduled restart would be right here. If we were to add one for noon, let's go to add a new job. We're just going to make this 1200. Select Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Do a restart server and save. We come back to our dashboard and we do a just refresh the page. You'll notice now it says that our next restart is today at 12 p.m. What's really good about having the game labs is whenever we click up our map, we can now see where every vehicle is on the road or on the map itself. When players build bases, it shows little territory flags. When there are players on the map, it will highlight the players as to where they are. So this is a very, very, very important tool. And that's pretty much how you get CFTools installed onto your server with Game Labs. So hopefully this video helped. If it did, a thumbs up would be pretty cool. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys want me to go into detail about all of the things that you can do on CFTools, I will, because there is a lot of stuff that you can really get into. Or if you just want to play around with it and find out for yourself, by all means. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this helped. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. Leave some feedback. That'd be great. I'm really bad with goodbye, so I'm just going to leave you with I love you, and I'll see you guys later.